Bibliophiles of the internet, my name's Rhiannon, and today I'm here to do the Enby Booktube Tag. This is a short and sweet tag created by Rhiannon from Crescent Moon Reads. I first saw this on Kathy's channel and I was tagged by my lovely friend Brody. All of their videos and the questions will be included down below. For the uncultured, unaware folks out there, Enby is a slang term for non-binary folks, which comes from the initials NB, which clearly stand for non-binary, of course. And this tag is all about non-binary books and authors and booktubers and all that good stuff, so let's get into it. Number 1, name a book that features an Enby character or protagonist. I'm gonna go with a book I've read recently, which was On a Sunbeam by Tilly Walden. This is like a soft, melancholy comic about a small group of folks who travel throughout space to rebuild and repair these ancient buildings and landmarks. One of the crew members, Elliot, is non-binary and uses they/them pronouns, and in fact they're also largely non-verbal for most of the book due to something traumatic that happened in their past. I loved reading about Elliot so much because even though they don't really talk, they have a distinctive personality, they're so expressive, they're brilliant, and the work they do is so essential to restoring these ancient landmarks. They were important, and because of that and because I saw myself in them, it made me feel important. Number 2, name a book featuring an Enby character that is either coming out or that has already come out in 2019. I'm gonna go with the popular answer here because it's a book we should all be talking about for very good reason, and that is, of course, Mason Deaver's I Wish You All the Best. This book is like the lighthouse, the northern star for non-binary rep in 2019 because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's any other upcoming books, at least from notable publishing houses, that specifically have a non-binary protagonist. So, you know, we gotta keep working on that. But even if it may be a cliche for this question, Enby folks have a right to be excited about this book. We have a right to recommend it left and right because it is done extremely well. It's a gentle, thoughtful story that tackles issues of disownment, homophobia, transphobia, depression, trauma, therapy, misgendering, dysphoria, not feeling Enby enough, while still having overarching themes of love and hopefulness and self-acceptance. I personally went on poetic tangents about this book's importance in my 5 Reasons to Read video, so if you'd like to know more about it, you can definitely check that out. Number 3, name an Enby author and mention their book. And obviously this only applies to authors who are publicly out. I'm gonna name a ton, so hold on to your butts. There's the Tensorate series by J.Y. Yang, An Unkindness of Ghosts by Rivers Solomon, The Disasters by M.K. England, Once and Future by both Amy Rose Capetta and Corey McCarthy, Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, Don't Call Us Dead by Dinez Smith, Going Off Script by Jen Wild, obviously Mason Deaver's I Wish You All the Best, and I'm sure there are still folks I've missed. And number 4, shout out 3 Enby booktubers, again only folks who are publicly out. First person who comes to mind is Cav from Reading Solace, a non-binary South Asian teen who is so incredibly wise beyond their years. The work they do for this community and the way they use their voice to uplift and celebrate diverse voices and the validity of those voices is simply the best. The next person is Jessie from Bow Ties and Books. They are another articulate, thoughtful, well-spoken booktuber with such amazing presence. They are Afro-Latinx and talk about comics and Afrofuturism and queer lit while also contributing important discussions. Like recently they made a great video about how BookTube loves to uplift the L and the G in the LGBTQIA+ acronym while all the other letters stay suspiciously absent. Then there's Brody from A2 Brody who tagged me to do this video. They are non-binary and native, I believe, of Cherokee descent, and I just love Brody so much. They've supported my channel for so long. I've talked to them here and there online, and in my early days when I was first vocal about my non-binary existence and only putting they them their pronouns in all my bios, Brody was like the first person to reach out to me to say, your existence and your visibility has an impact on my life. And that's really stuck with me through everything. It just reminds me of why I do what I do and why I will not hide myself, because there are so many of us out there who still feel like they don't have a voice. Anyways, Brody has their own channel and they're always adding their voice to the conversation on social media, and I just really appreciate their existence. And just to throw a 4th one out there, I also recently came across Jess from Tundra Tomes, who is just delightful and has great taste in books. They were the first person, on BookTube at least, who reminded me that Zenobia July is an Own Voices trans middle grade book that exists, and I actually just read it this month because they mentioned it in one of their videos. So that's it for the tag. I will tag the Enby booktubers I've mentioned if they haven't already done this video themselves and if they would like to, and if you're an Enby booktuber or if you know of any more who I should be following, let me know in the comments. Also, here's your friendly reminder that I am non-binary. I will only ever be non-binary. I only use they, them pronouns, and since that's in all of my bios across all social media, none of y'all have any excuse. If there's one thing I hope this tag accomplishes, I hope that it shows there's no one way for Enby folks to be like, or sound like, or look like, so thanks for coming to my TED Talk. But that's everything I had for this tag today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I will catch you on the flip side of the page.